Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. So continuing where we left off, we're trying to make our way to wherever Dagon is inside the facility. This is some place that we've never been before, mostly because we didn't have the power to open the door. We had to essentially lift it. So now that we've gotten that power, we should be able to get through this area just fine.
I admire your persistence in following me here. Course cut short. You survive. I look forward to picking up where we left off.
His master everything.
Why?
Foolish droid. Leaders has only ever been handled by one way.
They're after you.
I won't yield. I'll never give in.
Say goodnight.
Up here.
How's this?
Take this.
Damn you!
Keep fighting.
Go!
Sit still, would you?
No power.
Now.
You going to run again? I'm after the target.
Unstoppable!
Change tactics.
Fancy moves. Not fair.
Time to chase. Precision. Victory is mandatory.
Going in.
I've got you.
Slippery. Spineless.
Oh no, no, he was.
Stimpy.
He's dancing. Have this. That is nothing.
So after I finish fighting these guys, I'm going to do a little bit of a transition just because not much happens between the space of then and now. It's just me getting over to this area. You can kind of see the mantis flying around outside, and that's because they're just trying to avoid the fighters that are out there. But nothing consequential, like we definitely need to be seeing all of this. And just edit it basically for time and all that.
I guess droids don't get to know the plan either. Find something, buddy?
wondered something about the Jedi. Your ideals teach patience, peace, humility. But these were empty mantras. Jedi brutality. That is what the galaxy remembers of the Clone Wars. Not this. Those who fell to this empire are a pale shadow compared to those from Dagon's age. And yet, persevere. Perhaps you'll surprise me. But one tell is better, man. You've already killed for it. Maybe you're no different from the Empire after all. I will show you no mercy. In turn, I will stand none from you. Surrender is a prison, and I will not be in a prison again. A cage is the only true defeat. Dominance is the only true victory.
Only way up is ahead. And into another firing chamber. Yeah, one was enough. We're not done yet.
Wow, so Ravis just gave us a lot of information. It gives us a little bit of an insight into how he thinks. Definitely see why the Raiders follow him now, and that's because he says a lot of things that they possibly believe in. Because you don't become a raider because you want to help people. You become a raider because you yourself felt powerless at some point. And so because you felt powerless, you're now basically like passing that on. It's kind of like generational trauma, essentially. Like somebody in the past hurt you, and so you carry that and hurt somebody else, who then in turn hurt somebody else, and X and X and X and X, and it just keeps going and going and going. And so Ravis talking about power is probably because like he comes from a time where he remembers the Jedi being exceptionally strong and exceptionally exceptionally fierce, and that was at the very beginning of the Republic.
She ever thought it would come to this. She made her choices, but if it helps us find a home that's free of the Empire, so be it. Huh. This is different. Hey, BD1. Okay, I'm ready.
Jedi, you are nearly too late. I await you in the control tower. Reach me if you can.
What's that?
So the High Republic comes at a time where basically the Jedi and other nations were colonizing different planets, spreading different types of things. Basically, it's when everybody was connecting together. And the Jedi at that time were basically like, you will join the High Republic or you won't. And if we deem you a threat, we will take you out. An example of that is the Night Sisters. So when you meet Mirren, she talks about how she's essentially going to hunt down Jedi and things like that, because the Night Sisters were deemed as threats because their powers, even though that they were force-based powers, were different than what the Jedi deemed as the correct uses for force powers. So they hunted them down and caused a lot of like problems and issues and things like that among those people, enough so that they hid. And that was, of course, during the time of the High Republic, where basically, think of it like Crusaders. You know, the Jedis were the Crusaders. If you didn't like come under the Republic, or if you didn't bow down or do things that the Jedi viewed as normal, they will hunt you down.
Where's your strength? Missed. Come and fight. Someone explain what just happened. Let me go. But effective.
Stop them!
Have this.
Do your magic, BD. Good work, BD.
We have a containment breach!
Get down!
Tech on Kobo. Was it made here?
These guys are such a pain to fight. I'm literally just trying to draw him down so I can fight him, and kill him if possible. Without killing myself, of course.
I need to focus.
So, because I had to start over, and this is like a quick recap, basically the game crashed on me. I had to start over because the game, how it saves is that you save at meditation circles, but there's no way to dedicate that save to an individual save file. So you can have individual like gameplay saves. So I have two. One is an old one is a new one. But there's no way to go in that new one. Okay, so this is the start of a mission. I want to save here just in case I miss something. I can go back. Or this is the end of the mission. I want to save here just so that I can save my progress. There's no like individual saves like Resident Evil 4 when you save, or Kingdom Hearts when you save, where you can like designate a save file, or any of those types of games. So I had to start over just so I can get back to where I was, because my gameplay once again got completely and totally like cut off. And unlike God of War, where I couldn't start over because that was 32 plus hours of like gameplay that I went through with exploration and story modes and side missions. This one at least was manageable, and I put that in quotations. It was 18 hours of me running around. So because I was able to essentially take my time, because I had a lot of like video recordings that I did all the way up until the start of the recording, that I essentially like had lost. I just played it for 2 weeks, and I ended up getting a bunch of like skill points and different hairstyles and like outfits and things like that that I missed. Like completely missed when I first started. So I am probably going to change my outfit just because I'm keeping what I was wearing when I started over. But I'm probably going to change it to one of those in the next video, so don't be surprised if I'm wearing like a mullet or something.
Toss me a stim, buddy.
been successful. Dagon Gera has believed. Then he senses something I do not.
That gadget we found in the stone spires. Think you can help here? You've got this one, right, BD? Unstoppable as ever, BD. Always on point.
Oh, cool. That's helpful. So I guess what we do is that when we fight them, if they are low on health, we should be able to slice into them, kind of like when we do the Jedi mind control. But instead of it running out, it may last longer than the Jedi mind control. But then again, I don't know if I fully leveled up the mind control just yet. One thing that I can say about this game is that a lot of it looks deceptively like I can just drop down with no fall damage whatsoever. But even from like the heights that I know that I won't get hurt at, Cal will still die. And I'm wondering if it's just, some kind of arbitrary fall damage type thing. Because
Let's see what
if
Kree
you
was up to.
notice, some places where I will fall from like a ledge or something like that, and the ledge isn't all that high up, the screen will grow dark. And it's like, why are you growing dark? Am I going to die just from like falling down into like a smaller ledge? And apparently, yeah.
Centauri.
Dagon, what have you done?
What I must.
Stop.
But you want what I want. Why else would you deceive the Council?
You've lost your way. Surrender. And we can figure this out, together.
Come with me.
It's too late for that.
Such despair, Centauri. Tanalor. You can feel it slipping away.
My despair is for you. Tanalor has changed you.
It's changed you as well. Step aside.
No.
Then I must go it alone. Centauri.
Get a medical droid in here! And prepare a back to tank!
What'd you find? High Republic tech. Works with my grapple. Could help us climb the tower.
So Centauri defeated Dagon, but Cal says that she didn't turn him in. And it could possibly be because maybe she was hoping that Dagon will come to his senses, and that the council will eventually go back to Tanalor, and when he comes out of the back to tank, she can show him what they've been doing on the planet, just like any temples, any kind of like training and stuff like that, and then he can start tailoring, because I guess they had plans together, but maybe it's just she just didn't want to give up on him, and it was obvious that he probably maybe needed somebody to bring him back down from his emotional like outburst and things like that. Kind of like Anakin and Padme, but just like Anakin, he was, or sounds arrogant, in my opinion.
Ravis.
Jedi.
Why did you activate the array?
It's been many years since I last took the life of a Jedi.
Why did you activate the...
I heard you. Long ago, Dagon bested me in combat. Earned my loyalty. We fought side by side until the Jedi betrayed him. It took many of your order to defeat me. And yet, they dishonored me. Denied me a warrior's death. Left me to rot in a cage for centuries. So, seems our destinies are intertwined. The demise of your order allowed me to escape.
And yet, nothing has changed. You're still just Dagon's servant.
Time does not diminish my loyalties. Without a code, you can only serve yourself.
Where's the compass, Ravis?
I owe you nothing, Jedi! If you want that knowledge from me, you're gonna have to fight for it.
Very well.
This is a fine battle. Skill. No more Jedi. This is your strength, Jedi. Let me be a test. I have you. A bird of a saber. Maybe he wants. I will have you. Feel that.
Help! Him!
It will take more than that. I will have you. Wait. Can't give up yet.
Oh, come on.
I've been waiting for this. For 200 years!
I won't disappoint you then.
So Hal was so used to essentially slicing through armor and hoping that it'll fall off or damage, because all of the enemies that we fight aren't wearing like anything. It's too lightsaber resistant. But I think he kind of forgot that Scar metal, the metal that the Mandalorians use on their armors, is resistant to lightsabers, and it's quite possible that Ravis is using armor that's made from that, given that he's well over 200 years old. And which kind of makes you wonder, it's like, has he been alive for that long? Or has he been in stasis as well? Just like Dagon. Like, because Dagon, I'm guessing the reason why he's still alive, besides pure spite, is because the Bacta tank was protecting him and keeping him from aging, because Bacta tanks are basically like tanks that will regrow cells and cauterize wounds and things like that. So it's quite possible that he was being kept alive through that, but it also could just be because of the race of alien that he is, that they could live long lives, longer than humans, really. Kind of like Yoda and stuff like that.
That had a blaster. It's not over. You will finish with my hand. Do you think you could do it, Jedi? Ray.
I've heard a lot of people say that this boss fight is hard, and I do agree. I mean, we almost beat him, like, first try, but I ran out of health because I, did not manage it correctly. So let's try this again. Now that we've seen what he can do and all that, let's see if we can have some little bit of a more strategy to get through the 2 phases of this boss fight.
Glorious battle! Again. This is a fine battle. This is not over yet. Is this your limit? Come on. The bird of a saber. Fight back. You're fast. Come at me again. Help! More than that.
I'm hit.
You truly know how to fight! Gather your strength, you will need it!
I need help.
The fear of the snake is more potent than any blackberry.
I need something like...
You cannot laugh. Not again now. I yield. You have proven yourself.
Where is the compass?
Centauri Kree's observatory, as Dagon suspected. I have opened the way. He goes there now.
I defeated you. Fight with me. We can take on Dagon together.
I will not, Jedi. After all these centuries, I still dream of Tanalorr. I had hoped to see it again, but... that is not to be. This Dagon Gera stands in your way.
You don't have to do this.
Only one of you will reach Tanalorr. Jedi, give me my warrior's death.
We should go.
Now that Ravis has been defeated, it does make me wonder about the raiders on Kobo. Are we going to be seeing more Imperial troops? Because at this point, majority of the troops that we see on Kobo are raiders, and they're all under order to basically like go out and do whatever his bidding is. But now that he's dead, are we going to be seeing more Imperial troops instead?
But those vulture droids are making a hasty exit. The landing pad's clear. I'm gonna bring the Manus in now.
Copy that.
We'll be waiting for you, kid.
Maybe Ravis was right. Dagon abandoned the Jedi code. Now look at him. Consumed by his obsession with Tanalorr. How is that different from what we're doing? Don't worry about it. Thanks for having my back.
So I think the main difference between Cal and Dagon is that while Cal is looking for Tanalorr to be a safe place for all those that are persecuted by the Empire, Dagon was looking to essentially claim a whole world and have that as his whole thing. That was his whole obsession, is that he wanted to claim the world not as a safe place for the Jedi, but because the High Republic didn't need it, but a place for the Jedi to essentially militarize themselves, like training halls, scientific labs, all kinds of other things that would go into it. And there's nothing wrong with having places like that. Like Jeddah, for example, has a lot of holy cities and areas that the Jedi would regularly go to, but they never claimed the land as theirs. But with Tanalorr becoming the home base of the Jedi, and it being so hard to get to, it essentially would have been a ungovernable kind of thing. It would have been a city-state, and nobody would have been able to get to Tanalorr without the compasses, or maybe possibly being force sensitive. And I think that's why the council ultimately was absolutely no.
Running from a blaster, better run a little faster. Goodbye, Alone Saloon. The location, shattered moon. Hey, look at that, he ain't dead. How you doing, kid?
How? Whatever you did up there sure kicked the firebug nest.
Ravis is gone.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So let me guess, back to Kobo?
think so.
Say, Jetpack, give me a hand up here.
Yep.
Not now. I need some time to think.
All this High Republic business has got me thinking.
About what?
All those years ago, people had the exact same worries we did. Fear of the future. The need to protect one's family.
Times change. People don't.
Ain't that the truth?
Marin's wasted no time in getting comfy on the Manus.
Oh, yeah? What did she do?
Well, for one, she conveniently seems to forget to clean her own dirty dishes. They just sit right there, right on the table, as if to say, "Here, Grace, you clean me."
Maybe she hexed them.
What? She can do that? Maybe you should pitch in and do some chores, BD. And beeping ain't chores.
Ready to go, bud?
Ready to Kobo? Drinks are on me. Actually, forget that last bit.
So I want to go ahead and say my goodbyes now. We're nearing the end of the video, and we're probably going to have another cutscene just because we're officially done with this mission now that we're leaving the planet. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you're enjoying this, and we're going to continue on in the next one. So I'll see you then. Bye.
I need to clear my mind.
You're brooding. Again.
That easy to read my mind?
It's no Jedi trick. Just pay attention.
On the Shattered Moon, I saw Dagon confront Centauri. He was so consumed by Tanalor that he completely lost his way. Reminds me of my fight with the Empire these last few years. Let's just say I don't want to end up like him.
You are very stubborn, but ambition does not drive you.
I just don't understand why she didn't see the change in him before it was too late.
They dreamed together and suffered together. A shared dream is not so easy to wake from. Is that what troubles you? Losing yourself?
Yeah. A little.
If you ever stray from your path, we will guide you back.